Hello guys, welcome to Silicon Clip. This is a brand new Verilog series designed specifically for beginners. I've already uploaded a couple of videos on this channel, but honestly, they were not well structured. So in this new series, everything will be properly organized, starting from the fundamentals and gradually moving to more advanced concepts. Before we dive into Verilog, I want to explain few very important basics that every beginner must understand. First of all, how are ICs or chips manufactured? Have you ever wondered how integrated circuits or chips are actually made? It's not like someone just walks into a semiconductor manufacturing company and says that, hey, I want this chip manufactured. There is a very huge process involved behind the scenes. And this process is broadly divided into two major parts, which is a front-end design and a back-end design. So coming to the front-end design, in front-end design, we focus mainly on designing the IC logically by writing an RTL code and simulating it. And we will synthesize this and we also verify the design using a EDA tool. And this is where we use HDLs. So HDLs are nothing but the hardware description languages, which I'm going to explain now. And Verilog is one of the HDL which we use to design the IC logically. So we basically write the RTL code for it and we can verify it, simulate it, and do everything. So for example, if you want to design a NOT gate, in front end, you simply write the Verilog code that describes the behavior of NOT gate. So we use like things like wires, registers, and so on. So you're still designing the IC, but at an abstract level using the code instead of physical layers. So this is where backend comes into the picture. So if we are going into a further deep, that means if you take a transistor, when designing a transistor, we diffuse the N, we diffuse the P, we will use the polysilicon layers, metal layers, and everything. So you can use an EDA tool to design the IC physically. And this process we basically comes under the backend design. So whenever you are using a physical design, it comes under the backend design. So in the backend design, the focus mainly shifts to the physical design. Here the IC is built using actual transistor level layers, such as diffusions, polysilicon layer, metal layer. And if you have some knowledge on VLSI, you might already know that most transistors are built using these layers. So the designs created in these physical layers is called as the layout diagrams. And we'll see about these uh, in another series, but this particular series mainly focuses on Verilog and front end. So there are very powerful EDA tools that can convert your Verilog RTL into the layout diagrams automatically. So these EDA tools are very important when you are learning the VLSI design because there are a lot of tools for both front end as well as back end. So to learn the front end, which means if we are going to learn Verilog or VHDL or system Verilog, in this series we are going to use Xilinx Vivado, and if we are going to make a series on physical design, we might use a software or an EDA tool called as Microwin. I will explain it further in the next videos if possible about the physical design. But for now, we will focus morely on the Verilog. So in this series, we will not focus on physical design and we will completely focus on the front-end design and that too using a Verilog. So Verilog is basically a hardware description language, so HDL. So there is a very huge difference between a programming language and a HDL. So one important point is that in front-end design, the languages we use are not programming languages like C, Python, or Java. Instead, we use hardware description language. So the name itself says that you describe the hardware in a HDL. So what exactly is the difference? In programming languages, they are used to define the logic, and the logic is executed step by step. That means line by line. But in HDL, you describe the hardware itself. That means you just don't just write the logic, but you also describe it using things like wires, registers, combinational and sequential circuits, and so on. And you also tell how the things should behave when the clock is positive edge or negative edge or rising or falling, and so many things. And in programming language, you cannot do this. You can only write the logic and you will execute the logic and you will get the solution at the output in the programming language. But in HDLs, you describe the entire hardware and you also describe the behavior of the hardware. And another huge difference between these two is programming languages executes line by line. That means if you write a program, and the execution starts from the first line, and after executing the first line, it will go to the next line. But HDLs don't work that way. HDLs execute parallelly. That means every statement in a HDL runs at the same time. Yes, you heard me correct. All the statements in the HDL are active and running at the same time. So the order of lines usually does not matter in HDL because you are describing the hardware, but not these are not instructions, these are the description of the hardware. So it doesn't matter where you put the line, it will still execute. So this is the basic concept of HDLs and EDA tools. In this series, when it comes to the HDLs, there are three hardware description languages, which are VHDL, Verilog, and System Verilog. And we are going to focus on Verilog. And this series is only for beginners. If you already know Verilog, you can still watch these videos. These are only for beginners. So yeah, and there are few things you need to know before diving into this series, which are basic digital electronics. So you need to know basic digital electronics. In some places, it is called as switching theory and logic design, where you learn about logic gates, flip-flops, multiplexers, state machines, and everything. And you also need a basic understanding of timing diagrams. But don't worry about the timing diagrams because when we write the Verilog code and when we execute the code, we will get the outputs, simulation outputs in a timing diagram. So we will learn about timing diagrams in this series as well. And if you already know a programming language, and that will be a plus for you because you understand how the logic is written, and that will be that will make it easier for you to understand how Verilog works. So, but if you have never coded before, you can still follow this series because it is fine. You will learn how to put the logic and how to write the code, define the logic in Verilog. So that's all for this introductory video. In the next video, we are going to start learning Verilog from scratch. And if you are excited to begin your VLSI journey, make sure to subscribe to Silicon Lip. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.